enough, Keith.
Oh, probably because I plugged my charger.
Okay.
Let me unplug this charger. Oh, might have to try it again, huh?
Oh, you good? You good?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. 3 minutes. Let me. Mm-hmm. 3 minutes. Let me tell Khadijah we on. I went look. Oh, everybody want to go on, and after I told them what we doing.
Yeah, now everybody want to come check it out, huh?
Yeah. You- Check out the TV channel, Khadijah, at 9:30 if you're near a TV. Okay.
Hey, so
All right. Yeah. William just called, text me, say we on. Okay. Keith, I
hold
got
on.
Keith on the
Brother
line
J,
on TV too.
I'm trying to go away, but I'm going.
Oh,
I want to grab one.
yeah, Reverend Brown's supposed to call in. But I hope you don't block that line. That's the only line I got. Well, you could call the other phone. I could Bluetooth you in. I could Bluetooth you in.
Who
All
gonna
right.
call? Who gonna call in?
All right. Bye. What's up, Keith?
Who you don't want to block the line?
Huh?
Reverend Brown.
I
You
told him
was
I don't
able
want.
to get
He
into.
want to. Reverend Brown might call in at the last minute, but I wanted to block the line. That's what I'm saying with him.
Yeah.
I'm a Bluetooth Khadijah in when she do call. All right. 2 minutes. That's the longest damn 2 minutes.
Ever, huh?
Yeah. If you can put something to block it, because you're moving around a whole lot. You
Yeah,
can
I'm
put
trying
something.
to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get some. No, that ain't gonna work. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
wait, hold on. That might work. I'm trying to put something to.
Mm-hmm.
There
1 minute.
we go. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, even if you live off on the angle, I wish you could have put your name like in the middle of yourself. Or you picture it in the middle of
Yeah,
it.
there we go.
Right, right.
All right.
About 30 seconds. I'm gonna let you know when we on air. I'm gonna cut my mic a little while the opening play. Opening is about a couple of seconds. All right.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Real Talk Media, Real Talk TV show. I'm your host, Keith Falk, from an undisclosed location, and Brother Jay is the host. He's there in the studio. Brother Jay, Brother Jay, what's up, Brother Jay?
Brother Keith. Can you hear me now? All right, all right. Yeah, the glitches happen when you least expect it.
Yes, yes, yes. It's
Yes,
it's kind of low.
yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's
All
just
right.
low.
Welcome to another edition of Real Talk TV. You know, this show is somewhat of an experimental situation, but we're gonna make it work. You know, we have the gremlins in the line all the time, but you know, we're gonna make it work. What's happening, Brother Keith? You know, the title of the show is "Failed Election,"
Correct.
and
Um,
you know, I want to kick off the show with this short clip from a good brother, and see what just listen to him for about a couple of seconds. Just listen to him, okay?
okay.
All right.
The Democratic Party is about to have a rude wake-up call. Rude wake-up call for the Democratic Party. Oh my God, the alarms are sounding, they are blaring. Woo! One of them vote alarms. Woo! Democratic Party about to have their feelings hurt. The black voters, the old dependable old hound dog black voters. That's what black voters are. Come here, boy. Come here, boy. That's right. Sit on down here. Old dependable hound dog. Hit him in the head with something. Pap. Come here, boy. I'm sorry. Come here. Sit on down here. Want your dinner bowl, don't you? I know you want your dinner bowl. Yeah, old dependable black voters like a good old little hound dog. And then what Paul Mooney said? Paul Mooney said black voters are like good old hound dogs. Dependable hound dogs. Yeah, we forgive the whites for all their mistreatment over time. We get happy when they try to learn our dances. We just marvel at them.
I'm gonna break dance. Woo! Hey!
Oh, look at him dancing like us. Oh, that's so flattering. But that's come to a damn end, Johnson, because black people are waking up. Black people are tired of the Democratic Party. Woo! We tired of the Democratic Party, man. We are seeing the Democratic Party with clear vision. And I don't care how many Rolling Martins you roll up and roll at us. I don't care how many of the View Sunny Hostins or the View you throw at us. I don't care how many of these shucking and jiving, thick-ass, Al Sharpton-ass mofos. I don't care how many Hakeem Jeffries spinning words, throwing stupid-ass, hollow-ass words at us. Black folks have waken up. We are woke.
I want to get your take on some data.
All right, Brother Keith, we're back.
Okay. All right, brother
Yeah,
Jay.
you heard that brother Tim Black, and he did it so expressively in the sense that it probably offends some people, but you know, basically it's the truth, Brother Keith.
Correct. It is the truth. You know,
Yeah.
they go down the black voters. They go down the black voters because the Democratic Party's turnout wasn't what they expected to be in the primary. And Brother Jay, I'm gonna say this: this is not the black voters' fault. It's not the black voters' fault. When you have people head of the party that's like Katie Benhart, that is secretly serving at the hand of the Republican parties and the mega Republican crowd, you can't blame the voters. Lot of our own leaders, a lot of our own activists, a lot of our own politicians sit up there and blame the black voters, but they don't want to have the conversation of voter apathy. They don't want to have that conversation. They don't want to have the conversation of why people not going vote. If you want me to vote for you, if you want me to get out there vote, our politicians going to continue the same old thing, or are they going to go to work for the party or go to work for us? you know. And then, um, as far as the governor's race, I want to know how much did the Democrats, how much did the Democrat Party pour into Jeff Landry's campaign?
Yeah,
Or
Brother Keith. You
how
see, Brother Keith, at the
or
bottom of
how
the screen,
far?
you see Katie Benhart. At the bottom of the screen, that's Katie Benhart. That's the person. She actually lives in the Lafayette area.
Uh-huh.
And we gonna plug Reverend Brown, and he got a few words to say. Reverend Brown from New Orleans.
Good morning, Reverend
Welcome,
Brown.
Reverend Brown. Reverend Brown. Welcome, Reverend
Reverend
Brown.
Br-
Yeah, hey, brother Jay, how you doing, brother?
Good
All right,
morning,
brother.
Reverend Keith Folk.
Yes, sir.
Brother Keith, can you hear Reverend Brown?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear him
I feel
perfect.
pretty good.
Yeah. So we live on AOC Community Media. We also want to thank the staff and management, especially William, for getting us on. We got some technical things. I'm always talking about my technical problem. I know Sister Khadija gets on me. She's listening right now. We have a whole bunch of people listening on AOC Community Media, Cox 15 and LUS Street, and also online on all social media. So
There you
tell a
go.
friend, spread the word. Real Talk TV is on live with Brother Keith Falk and the brother who's been at the ground on the ground for a long time, Reverend Raymond Brown of New Orleans. Reverend Brown, Brother Keith and I was going over Brother Tim Black TV show where he talked about the Democrats in such a disparaging, disheartening. Why would people from outside of this area be interested in the Democratic Party in the state of Louisiana? Something is wrong with this picture.
Yeah, well, again, um, down through the years, we have been treated so bad and neglected and not heard, and our voices not heard until, when Lyndon Johnson signed the Civil Rights Bill. That basically was brought the blacks into the Democratic Party when LBJ, Lyndon B. Johnson, he signed the Civil Rights legislation of 1965. And when he did that, blacks began to realize that the Democratic Party had to move. But most of the Democrats really actually voted against the Voting Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act of 1965. They was not supportive of most of them, but Lyndon B. Johnson persuaded a coalition of bipartisan lawmakers to vote on it. So that basically what started blacks to gravitate to the Democratic Party. Now, here in Louisiana, we've been having problems with the Democratic Party since it's been here. And that is, they look at the state as being a red state, and that blacks statewide cannot win. Blacks are Democrats. It's difficult for them to win statewide. But when the local Democratic Party refused to support and put their backs behind and put their back behind their candidates, that's a big problem. And I think Roland Martin really brought that out when he was talking about how lazy and how disregarding the voters, the Democratic Party is in Louisiana. Go ahead.
Yeah, Brother Key wants to say a few words. Brother Key?
Hey, look, Reverend Brown.
Reverend Brown.
No, I can't hear him, but he could go ahead.
Reverend Brown, Brother Jay, from Reverend Brown's point of view, what he said about Louisiana, they look at it as a red state. Blacks can't win, Democrats can't win. I want to go back to that issue, but I want to go local with it. Right now, you have a long life registered Democrat. Well, was a registered Democrat. Her mother was president. Her mother was governor of the state of Louisiana. Her mother was governor of the state of Louisiana. And she switched her party to Republican because she knew, as a Democrat, being a woman she had a very slim chance of winning the mayor president's race here in
Right.
Lafayette Parish.
Right.
Um, the system in Lafayette Parish, and I don't want nobody to take it the wrong way or say, well, he's an election theorist. No, it's actually like that. The system here in Lafayette, where the city and the parish, the city government and the parish government is combined together, will always will always have that effect on a person looking like me and you, brother Jay,
Right.
of
Right.
becoming a mayor of the city of Lafayette.
Yeah, yeah. And Brother Key, Reverend Brown, I don't know if he heard you, he listening offline or say also, but we on screen right now, I have the leaders of the so-called Democratic Party, and they have the two African-American, Troy Carter and another brother, and our local senator, Jared Boudreaux. Now, the thing is this, I think it's time if, and I'm a registered independent, so people say, why you should be concerned, Reverend Brown and Brother Keith? Well, I'm concerned because some of us registered independent are really upset with the Democratic Party, and that's why we changed our registration as a protest vote. So I'm saying young people like Devontae Lewis, Reverend Brown from your area, who serves on the Public Service Commission, that's the people we should start looking at. We've been playing niceties with these people in the conservative and Republican since George Bush, and nothing has been done for this state. This state is last in every damn thing
Not
you
it.
think of. You know?
Nothing at all. Now, brother Jay, I want to continue on.
Right.
I want to I want to continue on my local standpoint.
Right.
Where there's five of them. There was five at the time, five politicians in 2016 or 2018. I can't remember which year it was. Put out a card called "Fix the Charter." We're gonna split the city parish. We're gonna split the city parish council, and we're gonna have a city council, and we're gonna have a parish council. Now, let me remind you. Let me remind our audience about that. A white councilman lived in unincorporated areas. And serving on the city parish council, where mostly all his district is unincorporated. William Therrod argued with the black councilmen that represented the black districts in the city of Lafayette, saying that Fix the Charter would not fix the problem for the city of Lafayette or the problem for the north side of Lafayette. Fix the Charter would not fix it. It would just further divide
Right.
the city and the parish of Lafayette. It would just further cause more division between cultures, which it did that. We got with Fix the Charter, we got Mayor President Josh Guillory in. Fix the Charter gave Josh Guillory his override veto power, the power to override a veto, or the power to veto for his veto to stand. My bad. Let me rephrase that. Fix the Charter gave Josh Guillory the power for a veto to stand. Now you gonna hear these same black leaders that push Fix the Charter. They gonna say Josh Guillory closed the parks on the north side. Josh Guillory got rid of two major departments where those directors was black. Josh Guillory did this to the north side, did that to the north side. But our black politicians, our African American politicians, our very own, help him do that. Help him do that by encouraging our voters to pass Fix the Charter, to allow fix the charter to be amended.
Yeah, Reverend
And
Brown, are you still there? Reverend Brown?
Reverend Brown,
Reverend Brown?
Reverend Brown,
He might have jumped off the line because I know he was moving in the car.
yeah, and
Yeah.
and fix the charter gave Judge Guillory the power to do
Right.
that.
Now,
Now,
Brother Keith, before we gonna go further back in the Lafayette, I just want to get these clips out the way. Hear this short exchange. Hear this short exchange on Roland Martin with Devontae Lewis, and our people need to see or hear this stuff. Okay.
okay.
All right.
For governor. That's the problem.
So I'm on the Louisiana Democrats website. This says our leaders, and so it says here you have Governor John Bel Edwards, you have Katie Bernhardt, who's the party chair, Congressman Troy Carter, Representative Sam Jenkins, then you have Senator Gerald Boudreaux, and so. Of those, obviously Bell is leaving. So of those four, Bernhardt, Carter, Jenkins, Boudreaux, who do you want to see stay? Who do you want to see go?
Well, I mean, what I want to see is I want to see a new chair. I want to see Katie gone. I ran against Katie for first vice chair with a ticket with another candidate who was investing in voters and not self-grandizing. So that is one. Congressman Carter is our only black congressman, but hopefully we will get the 2nd district after the 5th Circuit makes their ruling. Representative Jenkins will no longer be chairing the House Democratic Caucus. He's running for state senate, and Senator Boudreaux has successfully, I think, led the Senate Democrats. Who is replacing Representative Jenkins is Matt Willard, a phenomenal young 33-year-old black legislator from New Orleans who has a solid record of mobilizing and engagement, and I think will bring some life back into the House Democratic Caucus.
So I'm confused. If you talk about leadership of the party, and these are your 5 leaders, and obviously Bill Edwards is leaving, and then Bernhardt, by all descriptions, has been awful. Okay. Then what is Carter, Jenkins, and Boudreaux doing to lead this party out of the abyss? And should they remain in leadership?
I mean, I think that's a good question. I don't know.
No, I'm asking you. I know it's a good question. I know it's a good question. I asked it, but I'm asking you.
Well, what I'm telling you is that is the question when we have leaders who say one thing in public and do something private.
No. Devontae, I'm asking you. Do you, again, yes, you already laid out Carter's elected. You have Jenkins is running for, not going to be House leaders. He's running for the Senate. I'm asking you, are these 3, are they doing enough to change the leadership? And if not, do they need to go?
Oh, wait, I don't think they're doing enough. I'll be very blunt. I mean, we have not seen the type of engagement from our elected officials in terms of building and mobilizing and organizing. And that's been a challenge. I've been an advocate before I became elected, and I went to the Capitol every morning telling them we got to stop trying to make deals with the Republicans and stand up for black issues and for black people and the poor of Louisiana and make that case. And I think, sadly, in Louisiana, the Black Caucus at times have made more out of trying to be the peace negotiators with the insurrectionist Republicans than they have been defending our issues. And so I think there is a message that we need to take. We want to see real leadership. And I don't want
there you go, Brother Keith. I'm glad he said it. An elected person like Devontae Lewis saying, why are we trying to appease the people that's trying to hurt us? And that's what the Black Caucus have long since been doing. I mean, they're just standing in the way of good progressive people such as yourself and myself who try to inform the public. None of them will come on the radio show that we do. None of them will come and address this issue with Roland Martin. Everybody outside of the state of Louisiana understand that Louisiana is screwed up in the head. And everybody else understand that except the people who lives in Louisiana because they feeding them all this Creole, Cajun, let's get along, humbug stuff that we have to be involved with every weekend, but not even addressing the underlying issues, the issues that affect all of us on the real tip, my brother.
And Brother Jay, I want to go back to that point that you said about the Louisiana Black Caucus is not doing enough, not doing nothing. Let's let's break down the different organizations. Now I'm not going I don't I want to be blunt and I want to talk about organizations, and I don't want every black um organization leader to come at me for saying this, but if they do, they do, and I can always back up my statements. For like I'm gonna say it, the new age civil rights group, I respect them. I respect what they're doing because they're working with our young environment. But far as the NAACP, the Louisiana Legislative Black Caucus, the it's a bunch. Black folks talking, um Black Voters Matter. If you look at the Ronald Green case, and I want to say Ronald Green from whistleblower, which is I forgot the colonial but why haven't the NAACP use that National Defense Fund, use something from the Defense Fund to fly in an attorney from another ethnic background, or could be the same ethnic background, but from another state, Why haven't the NAACP used that fund to fly in another attorney from another state to help that former state trooper push the issue? He was the one that broke the evidence in the Ronald Green case. He
Brother
was the
Keith.
one that brought it to light to the people.
Brother Keith, we got a great guest calling in, and we got someone who want to chime in. You might know him when you hear his voice. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning. How y'all doing today?
Good morning, brother. Can you bring your volume up a little bit?
I'll do that for you, sir. Thank you for taking my call. Good morning, brothers.
Brother Keith, can you hear him?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay, good. Go ahead, caller.
We talk of the election, but it's a day-to-day, it's a day-to-day lifestyle. I was noticing on Facebook yesterday that our key elected officials in Santa Ana Parish and the Black community all joined in the Rotary Club. Now, good people, but I'll ask the question: how many of these Black leaders are members of the NAACP? The NAACP, whether you like them or don't like them, they have been there for us when nobody else were. And we are rewarding people that never stood with us one time through our battles and struggles. But we go and reward them. That send a message to them that we are still trying to be accepted by a group of people that really don't have our best interests at heart. The last election for the Democrat, all the Black Democrats need to do is go try to find a coconut tree and get in it and act like a monkey, because that's how they treat them, just like a monkey. And when you tell that to Black people, they get angry, they get frustrated because they don't want to hear the truth. We are the monkeys of the Democratic Party. You had 12, 14 people in the race, and you got one Black man that can't even make the runoff, and you still having Black people running around here with the banner that I'm a Democrat. No, you're not a Democrat. You're a dummy. You're not a Democrat. Remember that. You personally, you are treated like a dummy because you do not respect the fact that people don't respect you. You are fighting to be your round hole trying to get in a square peg. You don't fit in. When will the Blacks in Louisiana and across the country define who they are and develop their own party? Why are we continuously trying to integrate into a system that will never respect us, will never accept us, only when it's beneficial to their agenda? So we put on the suit and the tie. They give us the key to the building, but they hold the keys to all the votes. And all we
Hey,
do,
brother, can Mr. Ballard hear me?
is dance to their music.
Mr. Bellard,
independent.
Mr. Bellard,
Yeah.
can you hear Brother Keith? Mr. Bellard,
No, I can't hear him.
can you hear? I'm gonna pull up his volume a little bit. Maybe you could hear him. Go ahead, Brother Keith. See if he'll hear you.
All right, well,
Can you hear me, sir?
Mr. Bellard. Yes, sir, I can hear you, Mr. Bellard.
me get off
Mr. Bellard,
Yeah, he said he
I
could
want to
hear
say
you.
this.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, he could hear you.
Yes, I can
He
hear
want to
you.
address you, Brother Keith. Brother Keith want to address you for something.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Mr. Bellard, I want to take notice of the statement you said about creating our own party because these people would never respect us. I'm gonna say this. It's not about creating our own party. That's one thing. We don't need to do that. And I'm gonna take you back. I'm gonna take you back to an incident that happened a few years ago. The Jeff Floyd case. In Ferguson,
George Floyd.
the government, the George Floyd case, yeah. In Ferguson, the government said they wasn't gonna do nothing about it. But when those people when the African American people got together and start tearing up the city, downtown, city hall, the government buildings, when they started showing them that they meant business, and they got those officers who was involved in the George Floyd case. They got him convicted. They got him sentenced, and the officer that killed him, state prison,
Sir,
Georgia,
not to interrupt you, sir.
the Georgia
Last
case.
night, sir, not to interrupt you. Last night, the officer that they accused of killing George Floyd will be released from prison in a matter of months. They found that now when the autopsy said that he died from fentanyl, not from strangulation. You're going to see the system work in that behalf. So to get back to the elections, brothers, here's what we have to understand. We are electing people. We are electing black leaders. You cannot lead a people that you cannot feed. If you can't feed your people, you can't lead your people. We are elected people that are still trying to pay a house note, trying to pay a car note. They know their weakness, so they come to them with the weakest of the weakest. We elect the weakest of the weak, and then they are tied to debt. So
Hold on, let me stop you right here. Let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right here.
Black men that got the guts and the heart to speak up for what's right, whether it's politically correct or not. But you cannot lead a people that you can't feed. We cannot feed our people. We try to lead our people with air. If you don't feed your dog and your neighbor do, he gonna soon own your dog. We have to have an economic base. We don't have the economic base that we need.
Yeah.
And if we have a
and Brother Baylor and Brother Baylor, and here's the dichotomy we in. You know, you heard us saying that what came first, the chicken or the egg. But if you have a people that coming out of slavery, shadow slavery, enslavement, and never had what other cultures have had, so therefore you're on that wheel, you're on that hamster wheel in perpetual poverty and perpetual ignorance and perpetual political at the bottom of the line. So that's the thing I think we are all in agreement that we have to change it here in this state. This state is dismal, even in political circles. We have to figure out how to get out of this funk that we're in.
Now, I'm gonna tell you.
Let me make a comment right quick. Let me make a comment.
Brother Baylord, Brother Keith want to address you. Brother Keith want to address you again.
Let me make a comment right quick. There's a lot of the callers, a lot of the audience that calls in. Well, I'm not gonna say a lot, but a few that calls in say black folks need to black leaders need to get their people together. Get off the government's crutch. Get out this government. If you feel that way, are you willing to give up your driver's license? Are you willing to give up your social security card? Are you willing to stop using the white base? Are you willing to do that? No, we're not willing to do that. So we can't. So we can't say our people is leading on the government crutch when we got to roll on the government crutch because we're not giving up our driver's license. We're not we're not giving the money back to the white banks that we get from the white banks on loans, and and our black businesses, they going and borrow money from the white banks because there's no full black banking system, especially here in the state of Louisiana. So if we're not gonna give our driver's license back, if we gonna stop for every stop sign, if we gonna stop for every red light, you can't tell black people to get off the government's crutch and let's create our own system when we don't have nothing to do it with. Okay. All right, Mr. Bellard, thank you. Brother J, Mr. Bellard still here? Brother J? Mr. Bellard still here,
Hello?
Brother J? Okay, Mr. Bellard, go ahead. You can make your statement now. Brother J? We must have
I'm
ran
sorry.
into
Yeah, he didn't hear me. Mr. Bayrock. I had my audio. I'm working a one-man board right here. And my producer, Sister Khadija, she's getting on me. She said, you better learn how to work that board since we're going to have more shows like this. One of the things, Mr. Baylord, I understand where you're coming, but you know what? I think we all trying to go down the same road, but it's just the way how we get there. And if you look at this brother Devontae Lewis, who serves on the Public Service Commission, he's a young brother, and he has some different ideas about things. And that's the problem. The old guard don't want to get out the way. Louisiana having in proportion the population to elect more leaders and be more independent, and we still think we're on the slave plantation, Brother Keith.
And let me make a statement right quick, Brother J. Those who are on those few callers that are calling into these these talk shows. I don't a few of them that's calling. I know them, and I don't see them out there on that road fight. When it's time to protest or when it's time to speak up for something. I see them. They speak up on Facebook. They speak up on their very own talk shows, and they call and try to sabotage other talk shows. But I want to say this: why go after the activists and the community leaders that don't get paid to do this?
Yeah, brother. We got Mr. Baylord back on the phone, and I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh, no problem.
Now I'm gonna finish making this statement. Then he can make. Hold on. Let me finish Let me finish this statement.
Okay.
Why go after community activists and leaders that's not getting paid to do this? That's just doing it off of the touch of their heart, but not going. I don't see now one of them going at the Louisiana Legislative Black Caucus. I don't see now one of them going at the NAACP. I don't see now one of them. I'm going after those politicians that's elected, that's sitting in the seat. What we do is start getting on these politicians and getting on these leaders of these organizations, or getting on these community organizations that's receiving a check to do what they do. Instead of going after activists and community leaders that's doing it out the kindness of their heart.
Or creating a media platform where people could have a different point of view. That's why Tim Black did what he said. That's why the African Diaspora Network say what they say. That's why Roland Martin say what he say. Because there's no need if you wake up every morning and your source of information is going on KLFY TV listening to something called Pot Spot 2 and call that news and information, you out your goddamn mind. That's why Louisiana is so damn messed up. Go ahead, Mr. Baylord.
All right, Mr. Bellard.
The brother was saying something about giving up privileges. We don't have to give up anything, because remember, when when you buy one loaf of bread, you belong to the taxation bank. The reason we are suffering is You look around Lafayette, you got $1 million churches, black churches, $1 million churches. Monday
Right.
morning, they go deposit
That church on
believers'
College
money.
Saloon is a multi-million-dollar church. You're right.
They
And,
go
and,
deposit
and,
that
and
money
one
in the devil's den, in the banks. Who don't care about black people. And you got your so-called elite blacks got a suit and a tie on 6 feet long. Governor was called for a meeting in Indianapolis with the preachers. They wasn't walking to go see what he wanted. They were running.
Mm-hmm.
You had a black candidate running. I don't really know the man, but the man was an intelligent man. But however, you did not see that same response when it came to black people. I'm looking at the city the size of Lafayette. Your show right now, if Passepartout come on, they will all be sitting there watching every morning. They will not listen for the advancement of themselves.
Right.
You all just had a great young man run for representative that blacks find every problem in the world with. But you just had a young man elected that belongs to a large white church. Okay? And people practice faith anywhere they want. Something draws you to those organizations. Okay? Spirituality is everywhere. You can have God 7 days a week, 24/7. So you don't have to go look for the presence of God. Our problem in the black community, we looking for acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
If that was a choice right now, black people would not want to be segregated. They want to be integrated.
Right.
We feel we have to be integrated.
And Mr. Baylor, especially those people who trying to get away from black folks, because that's what you see in Youngsville, and they don't understand. Everybody, when they get a little summer money, they want to run to Youngsville, be around these same people who trying to bring in white flight in modern day Louisiana.
Now wait a minute. Let me make this statement right quick.
Was getting ready to build a house, and I dared her to build a house in a predominantly white neighborhood with my black grandchildren.
Uh-huh.
So she said, "Daddy, why not?" I said, "Let me ask you a question. Why are you going to make your children negotiate for friendships every day? Why?
Go ahead,
So-
Brother Keith.
And basically, I can afford to build a house anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I built her a house in 100% black neighborhood where she's going to grow up with black children like-minded like her.
Correct. Mr. Bello, let me say
I
this.
got white friends that follow me on Facebook every day because they know I'm real.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm around them, I'm not trying to be them, and they ain't got to be me. All you got to do is be free.
Go ahead, Brother Keith.
But
the black
Mr.
gotta
Bello, let
put
me
their
say
money
this.
where their mouth at. Put your money where your mouth at, or shut up.
Go ahead,
We
Brother
don't
Keith.
have one black bank. We don't
Mr.
have
Bello,
one
let me
black
say
bank.
this.
Mr. Baylor, he want to come back. Okay, go ahead,
Go
Brother
ahead.
Keith.
I know you mentioned something about black people want to be integrated, wouldn't want to be segregated. Let me say this. Everything that seems good, that they bring to us is not good for us. Now here in Lafayette, let me tell you what segregation did here in Lafayette. It gave the white folks a system to where they thought they could be hurting the black people. I live, born, raised, and grew up in a neighborhood where it's all black, and most of the population in the neighborhood is low income. Most of them families don't have cars, and there's a school that's not even a mile away from that neighborhood, but because of because of whatever that the constitutional law is for that, those children have to be bused to school all the way in Scott to go to school, to an elementary school, when there's one not even a mile away from the neighborhood?
Mr. Baylor?
And they put
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
So look,
and
I
they
know
put
y'all have interesting conversation this morning, but you have a bunch of wealthy blacks in Lafayette.
Mm-hmm.
Why we can't get 100 black men to put up $25,000 and let's open the banks? Why we can't do that?
Uh-huh. Because everybody want to go down the River Range.
but that's
Now,
what I'm
listen,
saying.
I'm gonna say this comment and I'm gonna let it go after that.
Yes,
You
sir.
notice
Yes,
how
sir.
our black district attorneys in New York and in Georgia is fighting
Right.
Donald Trump, correct?
Yes.
Whether you like Trump or not, that's up to you.
Right.
Instead of these district attorneys being out there fighting to overturn some unjust treatment that our people have been receiving for the last 400 years, you got people sitting
Correct.
in prisons, innocent people sitting in prison. You got people, business and property has been taken from injustice decisions in the court system. They're spending that time appeasing some white man that wants them to do that. You know, and I know these black people did not wake up one morning and say, "Oh, I'm going to fight Donald Trump." No, they're being ushered to do what they're doing. Instead of spending that time and effort trying to bring justice to a people that have never inherited justice.
Right.
And if you tell that to black people, they say, "Oh, you support Donald Trump?" No, I'm not supporting Donald Trump. I just don't support dumbness because
Right.
nothing they're doing is going to hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If the election is tomorrow, it would all be wiped away. So we got these poor innocent people sitting in prison, innocent people, instead of them be diverting their attention to freeing us. That's not where their attention is. They're looking for media attention instead of meeting the needs of the people that elected them to meet the needs of. Y'all
That's
have
a national
thank you
level.
for the conversation.
That's a national level, brother Jay. That's a national level. Local, our local district attorney, and I gotta give it, to the district attorney that's in Orleans Parish and I forgot the other county, but they are fighting. They are fighting to turn over cases after cases after cases where people was wrongly convicted. But that's national. Local, the Trump theme, that's national. If anybody say that the Justice Department shouldn't be fighting Trump, then something is wrong with them. They got something wrong with their mind. Because what Donald Trump introduced about the black people, what he introduced to the black community, they thinking it's good. They thinking it's good because he put his John Henry on a $1,200 stimulus check, or he put his John Henry on a $600 stimulus check. They think that's good. That's not good. I mean, it's good. It was some help, but Donald Trump introduced real white supremacy to the black community.
Right.
So before you go on a rampage talking about black attorney general or black people or black district attorneys all across the state where Donald Trump tried to overturn the Constitution, then you start looking at these real issues before you try to start going on the attack of the national level. We need to start right here local. We need to start attacking our local government. Why was the state troopers allowed to investigate the Trayford Pellerin case when they was under investigation themselves? That's the things we need to be talking about. And you can't.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Brother Keith. And Donald Trump is a symbol. He's not the smartest person, but he got a lot of people who know how to game black folks, and that's what you're seeing on the local level in this last election. Because a lot of people were being game. The whole state was being game. Jeff Landry, who I know is a racist at heart, from Iberia Parish, from St. Martin Parish. These are the people that some of our black elected leaders trying to appease. And the problem was this. When we're going to start seeing those real things happening to us in the state of Louisiana, Louisiana's already at the bottom, and we're going to see more stuff that's going to continue push us to the bottom. It's going to take decades and maybe centuries to get out of what these people have in plan for us. White supremacy works like this. Brother Darrell on the Community Defenders, shout out to him. He said they got a hierarchy in the United States. As far as I'm not talking about nobody else but the United States. They got white folks on top, everybody else in the middle, and black folks at the bottom. And that's the hierarchy that they want, and they want to maintain it because of the population shift. And it is evident out there. All you got to do is do your research, and you're going to see why black folks have the same issues over and over again. You know.
Hey, Brother Jay, I want to say this. And we got about, I know we got about 10 minutes left, but I want to say this, Brother Jay. The thing of it is, 30 years, I'm talking local, Lafayette. But before I go to Lafayette, let me say this. The people in the state of Louisiana should get on board with these, the African Americans should get on board with these other African Americans in these other states that's fighting for reparations. We're the only, black folks are the only culture of people that have not been paid what they was promised.
Right.
For what the United States did to them. But Iranians, the Indians get tribal rights. They got tribal rights. The Indians getting their fair shake. The foreigners are getting their fair shake, but African Americans are not getting their fair shake. They was promised 10 acres and a mule. They're not getting it. They're not getting it. So in the state of Louisiana, instead of we go attacking the federal officials, we need to clean up our own house. We need to get things together in our own state. We need to fight for the fair share that was promised to us. We need to get on board. We're behind on every damn thing. And I'm going to say it like the representative said from New Orleans. The Republicans and the white supremacists are kicking our ass.
They're running the board. They're running the board with us, and nobody seems to understand. That's why we keep having the same fight. Sister Janelle used to have a saying on the wall, just same problem, same fight, something similar to that. And we keep having the same thing happening, Brother Keith. And I also want to say, I got a picture I want to put up of two individuals that we need to really, as of day one, there's one on there already. Let me put this other one right here. These two individuals on the screen right here, James Carville and Katie Benhart. These two clowns, these two what we call stealth racist people who are running the Democratic Party, and people think it's cute that we hear one of them one-liners similar to John Kennedy from James Carville. And then Katie Benhart, she basically torpedoed the Democratic Party and took all the different things that people are trying to do and change it on his head. I'm going to bring we got to stop listening to those folks. I'm going to bring Sister Khadijah in right quick, Brother Keith, before we go off the air. Go ahead, Sister Khadijah. Good morning, Sister Khadijah. Khadijah.
Why you waiting? Why you waiting to get up, brother? Why you waiting to get up, Brother Jay?
Well, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I'm going to make this statement. In Lafayette, Louisiana, the parish, the city, they brought in a consolidated government system that came in they thought about it in 1993. 1996 is when they put it on there. And
go ahead, Sister
30 years.
Yes, I'm listening.
30 years,
really good program. I wanted to also say that we need to remember that former mayor of Lafayette, Mayor Josh Guillory, hopefully this will be his last time being the
President mayor.
but he stole millions of dollars from that COVID relief fund and he brought it on one side of the town. There's no accountability or anything of what he done with that money. Another
Hey,
serious
sister.
issue in our Black community is the fact that this man that has a black color, Marcus Bryant, who wind up walking right into that seat again with no oppositions. This man do nothing but tries to put the Black community in a cesspool while his white colleagues tell him, you sign on this, you sign on that. And let me tell you this, if I would have been in his district, I would have ran against him. I would have ran against that fool. And that is something that I wanted us to mention.
Yeah, and that's former State Representative Terry Landry, old district. Matter of fact, he handpicked that young man. But again, we got the Democratic Party is screwed up from top to bottom. Black folks should become registered independent. I'm gonna say this because until we can, if we want to galvanize on the one party, I think we need to try it another way. Not Republican, not Democrat, but certainly more of an independent thing. Thank you so much, Sister Khadijah.
Yeah, and Brother Jay.
Yes.
That the gentleman, he mentioned about having some wealthy black men put in, I don't know how much money he stated, but that is powerful for us to have our own bank. That is the renowned statement. Thank you.
Okay.
Sister Khadijah, let me make this statement. Lafayette, well, Mr. Wallace brought up the conversation, and I'm gonna put him out there. I'm gonna give him credit.
Shout out to Brother
Mr.
Wallace.
Mr. Wallace brought in the Black Chamber of Commerce. He said the word about having a Black Chamber of Commerce, and the people took it and created it. Where did the Black Chamber of Commerce go? Nowhere. So if we don't have the right mindset to do those things, open a black bank, put the money in it, and what? Our own youngsters are going to come and rob us.
Yeah.
So the thing of it, before we start focusing on getting bougie and big, let's focus on the issues we can change right then and there.
Yes, sir.
Let's focus on the issues that are logical to us.
Brother Key, time is winding down. Time is winding down.
Yeah.
We want to thank staff and management, AOC Community Media, all the callers, all the guests.
Correct.
Sorry we couldn't get people in. And Brother Key, we're going to try to do this thing more often, and we're going to try to make it run a little bit smoother. I really appreciate you, brother, because you was tearing it up. You and we appreciate Mr. Baylor for coming
Mr.
on in, and we appreciate Sister Khadijah. So see y'all in another 2 weeks on the Real Talk.
And Reverend Brown, we appreciate
Reverend Brown. Thank you so much. All right, Brother Key, I'm out.
Thank y'all for tuning in.